the Prattville Lions Football Review Show with Coach Caleb Ross. Brought to you by Long Lewis Ford, Gibson's Tire Pros, Dreyer Physical Therapy, and Lynn North, your local All-State agent.
Welcome into the Prattville Football Review Show with head coach Caleb Ross. I'm Will Barrett. We're talking about last week's misfortunate game between the Central Phoenix City Red Devils and our Prattville Lions, our first setback of the year. And coach, it's never good to lose. Nobody likes it, but there's a lot we can learn from this one.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot that went right the other night. I think early on, and I said this the other night, early on it was pretty obvious that we were outmanned. I mean, Central's got a great program. They do a great job up there. They got some really, really talented players, and some just the physicality they played that game. We're just right now where our program is we're not there. And I think everybody can see that. That's not sitting there trying to make excuses. We're just not there. But, you know, one thing I was proud of overall that, you know, at halftime when the score was pretty ugly, I challenged our boys to, hey, this is really more about the score. This is more about you, first of all, as a football player, as a human being, and where we're going to be, where are we heading with this football program. And are you going to stand up and fight, or are you going to lay down? And I thought our boys came out and showed a lot of fight in the second half. You know, and we're not as far off as people think. You know, I mean, when you turn on the tape and we watch that game, we did a lot. There's some good things we did. If you're not playing one of the best teams in the state, then it's probably a pretty good night for us. And I realize my goal is to get us back to that level where Central is. Other night, you know, we want to be the best team in the state. That is it. We didn't come back home to just have more victories and play well. We want to go win and be the best. And we're working to get there. And like I said the other night, I'm not saying we won't lose football games again. I mean, that's just part of it. Man, but I don't know if we'll ever have another night where just that physically outmanned. I think it revealed a lot of things. I think there's a lot of things that we got to do to get to that point. But not a good night. Didn't start out well. Like I said, Central's got a great program, and we knew that. There was nobody that expected, you know, us to come in there and dominate Central. You know, that was not, we know where we're at. And so, you know, but I was proud of what our kids finished the other night. It really was. Absolutely. This is Caleb Ross, head football coach at the Prattville Lions. I want a special shout out to Long Lewis Ford for being a proud supporter of Prattville football. Prattville football and Long Lewis, both built Ford tough.
I think this we advise thing has gotten a little bit out of control. What do you mean?
Hootie, I think I need a change. Should I cut my hair?
Disney World or Las Vegas?
Leather pants or a kilt?
How can I get
What do
my
you think?
Is it all right to wear socks with
Do you
sandals?
babysit?
Let's just stick with what we know.
Gibson's Tire Pros. We advise, you decide. Serving the River region for over 35 years and carrying great tire brands like Bridgestone and Firestone.
In our profession, we see a lot of remarkable recoveries. One thing that each success story has in common is the courage needed to take that first step. At Dreyer Physical Therapy Institute, we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get the expert opinion you need, so we've made that first step free. Sign up for a complimentary screen at any Dreyer location today, and we'll assess your condition and recommend the best next steps to get you back on the road to recovery. Call or click today to schedule your complimentary screen. DreyerPT.com/screen.
I'm a teenage girl. My BFF Becky texts and says she's kissed Johnny. Well, that's a problem because I like Johnny. Now, I'm emotionally compromised and whoopsies. I'm all, OMG, Becky's not even hot. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. You can save money and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
whole lot of bright spots, but some bright spots nonetheless.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you, the first night from an offensive line standpoint, and granted we were overmatched and overwhelmed, but man, even going back to meet line scrimmage, our Foley game, Stanhope game, we're so young up front. I mean, you know, we're playing. You know, we got 3 returning starters on offense, but it's the first night that we didn't have a lot of bust everywhere. Mm-hmm. Now, we didn't have a lot of success. I mean, and they had a lot to do with that. But, man, the first few nights, man, we had a lot of mental busts and missed assignments. Those were very minimal the other night. And I was really proud of that. And like I said, our kids battled in the second half. We challenged some guys at halftime to go out and win one-on-one battles. And, man, we did that. That group is getting better. They really are. And, man, I thought Kyle Kramer come in, thought he looked good, had a good night. Man, he threw the football, and Trey did some good stuff. I tell you a highlight, we had a kid that we put in a special personnel package named Isaiah Causey. He come in, had not really played much at all. Man, he had a phenomenal night, and it really showed he can belong, he can play on that field. So he's a kid that's earned himself a lot more playing time. And and there's a lot of individual people I could point out there, but I thought there was a lot of good stuff. The good news is our kids didn't quit. And, man, what I'm proud of, I challenged the kids when we got back to the indoor, and I said, how are we going to go from here? What's going to be our reaction? Are you going to shut it down, or are we going to regroup, rebuild, and go finish this season out the way it needs to be finished? And so Saturday morning, we always bring our starters in and do like a little warm-up, recovery-type workout. Every one of them were here, and they're focused. And let me know, man, these kids still believe.
That's right.
And that's what we're trying to get to. We knew coming in, this is going to be a process. This is going to be a program rebuild. It is, and man, there's been so many positives. One game's not going to define us, and I'm proud of that. And we got to regroup because we got another region very good opponent coming in Friday night.
That's right. And one of those starters that we thought shined very well on the defensive side of the ball Friday night was Skylar Henderson.
Yeah,
he's our Buffalo Rock player of the game.
Yeah, he's such a steady kid, just a really good kid. Man, he's one of our leaders, captains in the off season. He's a kid that, man, he's going to be right where he needs to be at the right time. And, man, he's just a kid that he's one that he leads by example. We need that type of leadership. We need more of that type kid just in our schools and in our community, man. And I'm proud to coach that kid, man. I really enjoy getting to know him and his family. And that kid's going to be – he's one of those, regardless of what happens, football, on or off the field, man, he's going to be successful. He's just a good kid. So I'm glad that he got that, played well Friday night. And we had some other guys, man. There were a few moments here. There was some shining moments. But end of the day, man, it's there's a lot we got to work on, and this still is going to be a work in progress. And we'll probably be working on a lot 4 and 5 weeks from now. But we are moving in the right direction.
We're going to go inside the Lions cage today with Skylar Henderson, and you guys are going to get to know a lot more about Skylar as well as we go inside the Lions cage with Skylar Henderson.
Number 28, Skylar Henderson, senior, outside backer. I'm a McDonald's person.
What's your go-to order?
3-minute chickens, no mayo, value fried, and a sweet tea. Travis Scott type person. And maybe a little childish Gambino, but I'm more of a Travis Scott person. My family grew up here, so it was mainly like family and pride. That's mainly the best thing. Be able to run 100 miles. I'd rather run than fly. Yeah, I got mad. It was more of a mad tear at the new Avengers movie. Got mad at the end, but yeah. Squats. Even though that's really my strongest thing, I don't like squats. Coach shook. Off the bat, Coach shook. You not see how big that man is? oh, Coach. They'll give me after this. I don't give a rip. There we go. Root beer. My favorite thing in the world. Probably Landon Collins. Between Landon Collins and Roman Harper. Favorite actor would be Kevin Hart. It's not really hidden, but I dance. I mean, everybody in the school know I dance. A lot of people know. There we go.
This is Skylar Henderson, head football coach at the Prattville Lions. I want a special thanks, special shout out to Long Lewis Ford for being a proud supporter of Prattville football. Prattville football and Long Lewis, both built Ford tough.
I think this we advise thing has gotten a little bit out of control. What do you mean?
Hootie, I think I need a change. Should I cut my hair?
Disney World or Las Vegas?
Leather pants or a kilt?
How can I get
What do
my
you think?
Is it all right to wear socks with
Do you
sandals?
babysit?
Let's just stick with what we know.
Gibson's Tire Pros, we advise, you decide. Serving the River region for over 35 years and carrying great tire brands like Bridgestone and Firestone.
In our profession, we see a lot of remarkable recoveries. One thing that each success story has in common is the courage needed to take that first step. At Dreyer Physical Therapy Institute, we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get the expert opinion you need, so we've made that first step free. Sign up for a complimentary screen at any Dreyer location today, and we'll assess your condition and recommend the best next steps to get you back on the road to recovery. Call or click today to schedule your complimentary screen. DreyerPT.com/screen.
I'm a teenage girl. My BFF Becky texts and says she's kissed Johnny. Well, that's a problem because I like Johnny. Now I'm emotionally compromised and whoopsies. I'm all, OMG, Becky's not even hot. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. You can save money and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Skylar Henderson in the Lions cage this week. I hope you learned a lot about him. We certainly did. He's a great kid with a tremendous upside, Coach.
You know, something a little secret about Skylar too, man. He's a really good singer. I think he sings with a group. Man, they perform, and I've heard a little bit of it, but I'm going to go see him perform at some point this off season. So he's a talented kid, and I'm glad he got the chance to show a little bit of his personality to everyone right there. So.
Absolutely. Now it's time to shake off last week and look ahead to next week. We've got the Enterprise Wildcats coming in. Big regional game, a critical regional game for playoff implications. Already 4 games into the season. What are your thoughts coming into Friday?
Well, first of all, Enterprise is much improved from last year. They had a tough loss Friday night, so that means they're going to be just as hungry. They know it's a critical game. It's a critical game for us. So, I mean, it's going to be a battle. Every game from here on out is going to be a battle. We know that. But every game we've got on the schedule are teams, in my opinion, that we can go play and we can go win. We just got to go do it. We've got to go execute. So it starts Friday night. Like I said, and it doesn't matter who we play, man. We've got to go get them better and improve. But for us, and one of our realistic goals of getting into this season was we want to get back to the playoffs. So like you said, this is a big game as we look at trying to win that game. That way we can get us a chance to get that, hopefully one of the seeds in the playoffs. So I challenge the kids, and like I said, so far I've got a good response. We'll see how practice goes this week. But definitely, and y'all know this, anytime you play, you don't have a lot of success on the field, you want the next game to get here as fast as possible. But we still got work to do in preparation. So, man, I think our boys will respond the right way, though. I really do.
Kickoff is at 7 o'clock at Stanley Jensen Stadium here in Prattville. Hope you all can make it out to this game. It's going to be a big one. We need all the support we can get in the stands. Thanks for joining us here on the Prattville Football Review, and we will see you at the stadium Friday night. Go Lions.
The Prattville Lions Football Review Show with Coach Caleb Ross. Brought to you by Long Lewis Ford,
Gibson's Tire Pros,
Dreyer Physical Therapy, and Lynn North, your local All-State agent.